At Car Titles, one of our clients is Manheim Auto Auctions. They're the largest and most prestigious auto auction company in the country. And they process millions of vehicles every year on behalf of dealer consignments, dealer sales. And almost every licensed new and used car dealer has some business relationship with Manheim. They either buy cars there, sell cars there, and it's a well-run operation. But it's also a very good source of information about the auto market, because that's where you see what's happening in the car market before it happens. Because every car that goes on a dealer's lot either comes from a trade-in to that dealer, which is a small percentage of their inventory, or it's purchased from Manheim. They're the largest auction chain in the country. So if you look at Manheim, what's happening behind the scenes, you'll know where the car market's going. Well, what does it say for present day? We see inflation, we see interest rates going up. Shouldn't that affect car prices? Well, apparently not. According to Automotive News, which is the largest industry trade publication, Manheim says wholesale used car prices ticked up slightly. Slightly, they're 10% higher. That's more than slightly, year over year. And look, 2021 was already a pretty big jump in price, and it went up 10% more than that in May. You can see the graph here. Right? It didn't go up as much as it did from 20 to 21, but it still went up to 2022. After cooling a bit in the first half of the year, wholesale prices went up again. So there was a little bit of a pullback at the beginning of 22. It may have had to do with seasonality. Winter is not as big of a selling season. It may have had to do with, when interest rates go up and there's inflation and gas prices, people take a little bit of a pause. But here's the thing. People still need cars. And the new car market is still not completely filled with inventory. Look at dealership lots. Go by the Ford dealer, the Toyota dealer, the Honda dealer. You see a lot of empty asphalt. You don't see a lot of new cars. So when the dealer doesn't have new cars to sell, what do? They go to Manheim and purchase used car inventory for their lot, because at least that way they have something to sell. And buyers, when they go to a dealership, if you have a nice, clean, late model used car with good miles on it, you're willing to buy it. Some of these used cars sell for more than what it did new. If it's properly reconditioned, has good maintenance history. So Manheim auto sales data is an excellent source of what's going to happen with used car prices. Where it shows right now is prices are solid. You're not seeing the inventory values crash. You're not seeing sales prices go down. New car availability is still low. A dealership still needs to have cars on their lot, so that's where they're going. They're getting them from Manheim. Now, where does Manheim get the cars? Well, think about it this way. If you're a dealership and you sell, let's say, 30 cars in a month or 50 cars in a month, and you take in 40 trade-in vehicles, not every one of those vehicles is going to be appropriate for your dealership. For example, if you are a Ford dealership and somebody wants to trade in a Mercedes-Benz high-end luxury car, that may not fit the inventory profile of your lot. By the same token, if you're a Honda dealer and somebody trades in a big Ford F-350 King Ranch dually diesel, that may not fit on your lot either in terms of the inventory mix. May not appeal to your buyers that come to your dealership. So what dealerships do is when they have inventory that's not really the best for their clientele, they send them to Manheim so that another dealer can buy it. At the same time, you have fleet companies that purchase hundreds or thousands of cars. They drive them for a couple years, maybe a corporate fleet. It may be a delivery company. Sometimes you have rental companies. Or you have lease buybacks from factories where the factory sells cars on a lease. At the end of the lease, they take them back, and those go to Manheim. So there are large volumes of inventory sources that go to these auctions, and that's where these price data points come from monitoring the prices. And look, this is all prices not set by the auction. It's not even set by the seller. It's set by the buyer. Buyers bid on these cars, just like you would imagine. There's an auction, people raise their hand, and they buy the car. And those prices are set by who's willing to bid how much for the car, and that tells you what the mood of the auto industry is and what people are looking to buy. Put your comments below. Let us know what you think. See you on the next video.